One of the tests that we often measure is called a NutrEval. And this is a comprehensive test that measures one's nutritional status as it relates to multiple different parameters. In fact, there are at least 6 different things that are measured. This test actually involves a collection of both blood and urine. And it helps us to measure the oxidative stress, and that has to do with the fact that we are bombarded with what's called free radicals. Free radicals are molecules that are, have an unpaired electron. And so what happens is they're very unstable. And free radicals are produced by our bodies, plus we are bombarded with free radicals through, say, radiation from sunlight, from pollution in the air and in the water, and the many, many chemicals that are in our environment. So free radicals cause our bodies to age prematurely by oxidative stress. So oxidation creates this problem. The antidote, of course, is antioxidants. Other things that it measures are organic acids, amino acids, which are the building blocks of proteins, essential fatty acids, like you've heard of them, omega-3s, omega-6s, and also it measures toxic elements, things like mercury, and nutrient elements, things like magnesium. Well, on this test, it measures nutritional needs as it relates to multiple different vitamins and minerals. And the way it measures them, it is very elegant. It's not just a test to say there's so much of this or that in your serum. It's actually a functional test, because from the blood, cells are taken and set into different conditions so that they can grow on their own, and depending on the nutrients that they have, it will show if they are deficient in certain vitamins and minerals by how well they perform. So it's not just telling us that you have such a level, but it's showing how well your cells are doing with the nutrition that you've been giving them, whether it be in foodstuff or in supplements. It also tells us about your antioxidant capacity. And these things are notified not just by how much you have, but the degree to which you may be deficient on a scale of 0 to 10, because it measures your body's need for more of that nutrient or mineral. A 0 means that your nutritional status is such that your needs are 0. What you're doing up to that point means that you are meeting your body's needs. And one's needs can vary depending on what you're eating, how much of it you're eating, and the degree to which your body can break it down, digest it, and assimilate it, and also to the degree to which you are using that nutrient up. And that can happen faster or slower depending on the level of stress in your life, how much sleep you're getting, etc. 10 on the scale of 0 to 10 means that your need for that nutrient is very, very high. So anything above about a 4 means that we need to pay special attention to improving the level of that nutrient in your intake. It also looks at the cofactors that are important for all the many biochemical reactions that occur in the body. The most common mineral deficiency I see is in magnesium. For some reason, people are not getting enough magnesium in their diet. And so most people end up needing to supplement with magnesium. And I'll just throw this in there. Magnesium glycinate, or chelated magnesium, is by far the best absorbed form of magnesium. In addition to that, it's looking at the essential fatty acids. And we mentioned omega-3s, omega-6s. I'll just say this. Most people are not getting enough omega-3s. More and more people are taking fish oil or krill oil, but few people are actually taking enough. And when it comes to these, it's important that you have a purified form. So if you're taking a fish oil, you want to make sure that the bottle says it's been molecularly distilled. Why? Because most of the fish is contaminated with mercury, and you don't want mercury contamination. Speaking of contamination, mercury is the most common mineral contaminant or toxic element that we find in people's systems. That can come from a number of places. One we've already alluded to, fish. Another place, fillings, amalgams. They used to all be mercury filled. Now, for some people, it's important to have those fillings removed and replaced with amalgams that don't have any mercury in them. These toxins can cause problems ranging from difficult weight loss all the way to fatigue, and it can even raise your oxidative stress, which makes you more susceptible to things like cancer and heart disease. So these things are not to be ignored. They're all very important. In addition, it looks at neurotransmitter imbalance in a limited basis, looks at mitochondrial dysfunction, which involves your ability to produce energy in the cells. It also gives us a look at your gut function in terms of how well you may be breaking down the proteins in your diet. And it also helps us to know if you have increased permeability of the gut. In other words, your gut may be letting materials pass through the lining that shouldn't be passing through. And those can have contact with your bloodstream and create immune system disorders. So all these things are very, very important. One of the things we also can throw in there is a vitamin D level. On another video, we discussed this in detail, but I'll just mention to you, most people need to supplement with vitamin D. So it's important to have that checked as well. Bottom line is, a NutrEval gives us a real broad look at one's general nutritional status and can give us a real help in reason why you're having this or that ailment or disease. Remember, true prevention begins with nutrition, and nutrition is going to be a cornerstone of good health habits for anybody.